Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this vid by ABBA and Preach. So we have an update from the throat goat, the officer who cheated with 6 other officers at work. The one who cheated on her husband. She is coming out and saying that she said no. She did not want the bukkake. She did not want it. She didn't like it. That's what she's saying. And she is suing. So we're going to hear her out and see what happened and what took place. I'm going to keep an open mind because I was not there and neither were you guys. So you can't be like, no, she wanted it. She knew what was going on. You were not there. So you can't say that. So, maybe, it's possible that she didn't want it and she did say no. So who knows? We'll see what's going on. Let's watch.
The Tennessee cop fired over the numerous romps, a little bedroom activity with other officers, claims in a new federal lawsuit that her superiors in her department groomed her. Now, if you remember,
how old is she?
We covered this video a couple weeks back, okay? And we talked about her, and we said a bunch of different things. Basically, she was out here banging everyone while she was married in an open relationship, but her husband didn't want her to be banging other dudes on the job. She did it anyways.
Yeah.
When he found out that his other patrolmen were patrolling her inside, I get it. I'm not mad at it. I understand why you'd be upset. Everybody got fired, especially those who lied about it, because most of them did. And honestly, if you guys read the detail, they was filthy.
Wow.
They was doing stuff on the job, in the police cars, in the change rooms. They was.
How old is she?
26.
It's not grooming. This video is done. Tell us what you think. Like, subscribe.
I get what you're saying.
It's not grooming.
I disagree. To a degree. Kind of. Not really. Maybe. I don't know. Fucking whore. Anyways. I said this last video. I said, in this situation, I place more accountability on the superiors than her. Reason being is their positions of leadership.
Exactly.
Fair. One, it looks terrible for your organization when the boss is out here fucking their employees.
Yep.
It just looks terrible. It doesn't matter what the reality of the situation is. Doesn't matter how fine we can make. It looks terrible. It looks bad for the people working with you. It looks bad for the people who want to apply. It looks bad for creating an environment that you're supposed to be safe and professional. It looks terrible. And if you're in a position of leadership, you have more powers. That means you have more privileges.
That's literally my stance. That's why I'm not laughing at them, making these little jokes and shit. Because it is very possible that they did take advantage of their power. It's very possible. It happens. I've actually been, not me, fuck out of here. I've been in work environments where I've actually witnessed similar shit happen. And I knew firsthand that the men in power were taking advantage of their position. So there's that. It's a thing.
You have more responsibility.
I'm not saying it's the case here because I don't fucking know. We're going to get more details, I guess. But yeah, it's very possible that they, took advantage of her.
Okay? I place more blame on the dudes for that reason alone. Not because they're men, not because they're women. If you're the one who's the boss and you're going to hold the L. It looks really bad. When multiple superiors ran through the same young up-and-coming cop. What's the second reason? Because if some shit like this comes out, right? If some shit like this comes out, what you gonna do? Oh, I didn't groom her. Well, you were her boss. How do we know you didn't give her any orders? How?
That's not grooming. That's abusing power. Definition of grooming is.
Semantics. Okay, all right. She used the wrong word.
A child or a person or a young person, so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them.
That's not the definition I read up on. What is grooming in adults?
Oh, grooming. Come on.
Was she? I don't think so. Based off the message threads, she seemed like a very willing participant. In fact, she seemed like she was the one pressing the issue sometimes. But again, it doesn't really matter because you cannot be in a workplace and fuck your subordinates. They ran a train on a subordinate. They all passed her around like hot potatoes.
Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
And there's nothing hot about her, but it's still a potato flying around. You get me?
She is busted, but yeah.
No, it's true. It is what it is. You look at her, and honestly, if she was in... Sorry.
Yeah.
I was about to say she was an anamorph. You know anamorphs?
Oh, shit.
In the middle, but the middle of the transition. You know when the anamorph is just transforming, but they stop in the middle and you see the frame? Anyways, but it doesn't matter.
It's a side.
That is rude and accurate, but very rude.
Well, fucking, she got some cheeks, and she got we going in. You thought these niggas was moles the way they going into holes. It's crazy. They see a woman.
Say that again. Say that shit. Run that shit back.
I want the deeds.
Hey, did I rewind that?
No, run that shit back.
I want to hear what she's saying.
What they look like? You thought they was moles the way they was jumping in holes. That's facts. That's facts. Yo, I'm gonna lie. All these guys got a whole big else.
Oh my.
They deserve to be fired. Imagine losing your career and jeopardizing your family, your marriages, everything for that.
Yo.
I mean, if you would have lost it for Beyonce, I'd be like, hey man, careers come and go.
Either way. Shut up.
But single ladies are forever, right? You know, that's something I would have got.
You are firing this one.
Yeah, I would have been like, hey, nigga, I took Jay-Z sloppy seconds. Like, I would have been proud.
This one is yours. This one is you.
What?
Oh, you slept good, nigga.
Hey, listen.
You fix your neck. Cause you say my neck hurt and shit. Last time we feel. Oh, you.
Are they not gonna say?
My man.
Maybe they are.
Swinging.
Maybe we'll get
moles
to the
and
details.
holes.
What the fuck is Nate Dogg doing here? You know what? Move on. It's not even funny.
Yo, dead ass. She could be Malcaris. And you guys would still jump in. It's crazy.
Moles and holes.
I can't even be that mad because at 21, I was like that too. But as a man in his mid-30s with a full-on career, throwing everything for that?
That eyeliner.
For an animorph? Nigga.
You slept good. You ate
Stop
good.
calling her that.
You are swinging, my man. God damn.
Shout out, sir. But ladies, this just goes to show you, when you guys make the first move, you'd be surprised by your success rate. Men will ruin their lives for you.
Yeah.
Just because you said hi.
Go out there. Oh,
Touch you. Men will be like, wife, kids, fuck them. What's that Frozen song? Fuck it all.
Fuck it all.
Yeah, fuck it all.
I'ma stick my dick in that hole.
You guys, you understand, women, how much power you have over men? Men will destroy everything. But Mrs. Hall sought role models at her new job.
Okay, let's get to
You went out there.
Where Mrs. Hall sought role models at her new job, she instead found predators. In place of offering professional development, her superiors and the chief of police groomed her for exploitation. They colluded in using their authority to systematically disarm her resistance and trap her in degrading and sexual relationships, even sharing tips on the best ways to manipulate and exploit her. I don't know what they're talking about there, but if this shit is true,
that's wrong.
Like it.
Imagine you guys like, yo, go tell her pussy tastes good.
I don't think that's funny.
Escape, she nearly offed herself. Whoa.
Wait,
trapped in an attempt to
She has a history of mental illness.
Escape, she nearly offed herself. Whoa. How the fuck were you a cop with a history of mental illness? I gotta ask that first question.
Oh, it's common. That's why all these cops be doing all type of reckless shit. Come on.
My dude, I know some cops with a history of.
Yeah, all these niggas fucked up.
K9. What up, dog?
That's why that
picture swing one. No lie, he looks like a darker version of Nate Dogg.
Yeah,
he does. Okay, so this is how they allegedly groomed her. Sergeant Powell learned that Miss Hall was going through the process of buying a home with her husband and that the process was extremely taxing on their relationship. Powell positioned himself as a reliable source of companionship advice regarding Miss Hall's career and her marriage. Powell persisted in requests for bedroom activities despite Mrs. Hall's resistance. Eventually, Miss Hall gave in to Powell's request for favors. Earlier this month, Laverne's police chief, Burrell Chip Davis, was also fired. Hall claims the chief encouraged this behavior and shared in the photos and fantasies of mutually going after Mrs. Hall with his trusted supervisor, Ty McGowan.
To dance for him.
She said Davis once asked her to come into his office to dance for him and try to get her to agree to lunch dates and described her clothing as hot girl summer shit.
What the fuck?
That's so lame.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
this hot girl summer shit what you got on.
Hey man, listen, that's some of the details you guys can read up on if you want to, but
that's what they got caught doing.
Hey, you guys gotta hold that L. That shit crazy.
What is the other shit
that shit was crazy? Hot girl summer shit. Yo, come to my office. Do a little thing. It's hot girl summer shit. That is mad.
Okay, they don't get their jokes off, whatever. But I don't personally think it's funny if this is the case, if she is telling the truth. It's possible that she's cap because she might just be embarrassed and she might be trying to save her own ass and she could be lying about all of this. But if there is proof, if there are text messages and she has some type of evidence, then it might be their ass. You know, she might be able to sue and she might actually have a case. So I will just wait for further details and see what's going on with this. But as of now, I don't want to, laugh and hee ha ha when someone possibly was taken advantage of. Like, I just think that's real sick for, people empowered to take advantage of their role, when they're supposed to be someone superior, and they're like, oh, come suck my dick, come in here and dance for me. And especially when, people who aren't the brightest and people who, don't have, much confidence in themselves, people who are insecure, they are more likely to get taken advantage of. You might be thinking like, oh, I would never do that. Well, that's on her for, agreeing to do the shit. But it's like, that's kind of insensitive to say, because some people are not strong enough to be able to say no. And some people do think that, oh, I might lose my job, or he might give me a hard time working here if I don't, agree to do what he wants me to do, So that is possible. So I don't know. I'm gonna save the jokes and shit until we get more details. Because like I said, she could totally be lying. That also is a possibility. She could have been with it. She could have initiated a lot of shit. She could be on some bullshit, but we don't know yet. But yeah, I just think it's interesting because it's like they're making these jokes and shit. But it's like, if this was your sister, would you have that same energy? If this was like one of your relatives who, is a woman and saying that she was taken advantage of by these older men at her job, will it be hee hee ha ha then? So it's real interesting how people act. I'm starting to side eye them a little bit low key. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.